I took the boys to that new indoor entertainment place that's down by you. Have you been there yet?
No,
The one
what?
that's in the mall, the one that's in the mall that's down there that has all of the things in it. So it's got bowling and arcade games and it's like a full restaurant and there's a movie theater. What are you talking about?
I did not know about this. I'm not cool. You have to remember, I'm not cool. I'm like, kids, do you want to go out and look at rocks? I'm not cool. So this is down by me. Okay, I'm going to take them.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Wait, was it $1 million first, though? Because it sounds like a Disneyland
yes, of course.
disguised. Yeah.
We had to budget for it in order to go because it's outrageous. Everything costs there. You walk in the door and you might as well just hand over your firstborn because that's how expensive it is. But we knew this was going to happen and we had planned for this and we had put it on the calendar as something that we were going to do as a family. So it didn't come as a surprise, the cost, but it was very expensive. Anyway, one of the things that they have there are these immersive game boxes, they're called. Yeah, exactly. We had no idea how it was going to work. None of us knew what we were in for, but it's literally like a big box that you walk into, and there's windows on one side where the door is, but the
Like a
rest,
human diorama?
but it's just empty.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's three walls, but the three walls in the room are touch screens.
Oh,
Okay. So when you go in, you have to put on a headband, like a headband hat thing. And
okay.
on the top of it, there's a little triangle thing with, it's not a camera, but somehow it's like a motion thing that the cameras in the room are capturing so that you can play these games in this immersive box. Okay, so I go with my husband and my two teenage boys, and you have the choice of playing I think there was like a Mario Kart game. There was like a Tetris game. There's all these games that I'm like, those sound fun. You know what my kids chose? Squid games. So now we're locked in a box together, trying not to die.
Yeah.
It was still really fun. It was super fun. This thing on your head is tracking your motion, so you had to race against a clock in a lot of cases to get things done. Sometimes you were working by yourself, and sometimes you were working as a team or you paired up. And we spent an hour in this box doing fun Squid games.
And do you have something over your eyes, like an Oculus or something? Or you're just,
No,
oh,
it's not VR. It's not VR. It's literally just some box with a pointy triangle camera on your head. I don't
I I just want to go for a bike ride. This is what I want. This is so complicated. Here's what I love about all of this. I am so not cool. Not only did I not know about this, but way back when Squid Game came out, I learned about it and I read this article that was like, this is not good for teenagers to watch, blah, 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 blah. So I got to talk to my kids about it. So then I had a conversation with my youngest. I don't think this show is appropriate. He's, oh, I've already watched it. And I was like, be on the ball, Aaron. I'm so out of touch. Okay, so what did you spend? What did it cost that day?
So I think the box itself, you had to pay per person, and I think that was at least like $35 for the adults. But then we also did the arcade games after. We didn't go bowling there, but I do think that we should meet up and go bowling because
Sure.
it was a really cool looking bowling alley. This is going to be the selling feature for you. Like you'll
Okay.
probably go tomorrow after I tell you this.
Okay.
It has a Starbucks right in it.
Oh, I think this place sounds amazing.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
I like that idea. Only if we go in the morning though, because I'm quitting caffeine after 12 p.m. Getting too old. But we can't go. Here's the deal, is we can't go today because today is no spend day
Ah, yes. Today
on the
would be a
challenge.
very bad day.
So
Very bad day.
we can't go today. We can't go today. You are a fun mom. You know that meme from Mean Girls where she's, but I'm a fun mom? You actually are a fun mom.
I think you should ask my children if they agree.
You are a fun mom. Today in the Financial Spring Cleaning Challenge, it's day 3. It's no spend day. Your goal is to not spend a single cent today, like even on coffee. Here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to jot down every temptation and how you handled it. What we're trying to do is just really get aware of our patterns. Now, I know lots of people who like, no big deal. I can do a no spend month or a no spend week. I think all of those are really cool. We're just trying to get aware here because what I've seen people do before is they'll go, okay, I'm not spending today. I'll just save up everything that I want to buy and buy it tomorrow. Okay, that's not the point of this, right? That's not like, oh, today we're going to eat clean. And then tomorrow we dive face first into 7-Eleven corn dogs and Slurpees and
Slurpees.
snacks. Yeah. The idea is to just really be aware of, are there certain times a day that you're tempted? Are there certain triggers that make you want to spend money? Like for me, my Starbucks habit is built on a certain path that I drive every day. And when I drive a different way, I
Mhm.
always get a Starbucks. So there's all kinds of little triggers and things that are built into why we spend the way we do. And sometimes being really aware of not only the pattern, but the trigger. What is the thing that causes you to want to spend, right? Is it boredom? Is it jealousy or envy? Like when you see somebody else, then do you think you want that thing? What is the thing that's causing the spend? And so you're going to just do it for one day. Now, if you can keep it up, great. If you want to try more than one day, great. I'm just going to ask you to try it just for today to see what happens. Just get curious about the outcome. Have you ever done a no spend challenge before?
No, because it's too hard.
Is it, do you spend money every day?
I don't because I get to work from home, so often I'm not leaving my home, and those are good days. I do find it hard when I go out to not spend though on at least a coffee at the drive-through.
Right.
Or for me, I have a grocery store that's really close to my house, so if I am coming home that way and it's close to dinner time, then I will stop to pick something up to add to my dinner, or I will come up with a dinner idea while I'm in the car. So instead of pre-planning any of that, I'm just like, what can we get today?
Yeah.
So it's like you say, it's the triggers. I have to watch the triggers big time. And writing it down, I think, is really going to be a good point for me to help me work through it.
When we recognize these patterns and stuff in ourselves, we have a choice. And that is, okay, do we change this or do we set our lives up in a way so we don't trigger? Or do we just accept it?
Mm.
So that's why it's really important that this doesn't come with any judgment because maybe it's fun. Maybe it's okay. Maybe that's a great way to manage it, especially if you're tired of making the same things or meal prepping isn't your thing. And maybe you meal prep 3 days, but the other 4 days of the week you wing it. Like it doesn't necessarily have to look a certain way. And we get these weird perfectionism things built in our head. In order to be good with money, I must be doing these 17 things. That might not be true for you. I just adore Alex Hermosi. I think, as I've told you, I've worked for Alex and Layla a couple times on different projects. And one of the things that I loved about him was he does not make bones about the fact that he does not cook. And he would go to Chipotle and order a ton of meat, like chicken, in a bowl. And he'd be like, I don't care that it's fast food. I need this much protein. If it makes sense for you, if you have the type of budget where ordering in makes sense for you, then order in if it works with your budget and figure out a way to pay for it. Because maybe the time you're freeing up allows you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, to earn income somewhere else and put your energy somewhere else. So this has to come with zero judgment because it might not mean that maybe you're a naughty spender. Maybe you are a reasonable spender based on your lifestyle. And as long as your net worth is going up, it's
Mhm.
probably going to be okay. So some of this might be you letting yourself off the hook when you're recognizing these patterns too. It doesn't have to be this really shameful deep dive into your life.
Yeah, we tried this when Nick and I had a conversation about money. This was late last year. We had looked at our bank statements, and Nick was spending a lot of money going for coffee and lunch just recently. Like it jumped up in, and suddenly the he was spending way more than he had before for some reason. So it was super great that he had that awareness around it, but then he tried to go cold turkey and cut it out altogether. So he did no spend for a full month. He was miserable, so miserable. It's not the way to do things, obviously. Like you said, it was it was too stark of a contrast, and he felt like he was being denied these things that he really enjoyed doing. Like part of it was just going for coffee with a buddy. One of his colleagues from work, they would meet up and go have a coffee. And I was like, cool, that's cool. We got to put that back in the budget then. But you need to maybe not go twice a day,
Yeah.
and maybe you pack a lunch to go with the coffee. So you still get to go and buy the coffee, but your sandwich comes from home instead of from also the restaurant. Anyway, there's just ways around it where you don't have to feel like you're missing out, and
Yeah.
you just have to make sure it works with the budget.
I also really think it's funny that you were talking about how When I leave the house, I spend more, but now
Oh,
sometimes because you can buy everything online, you have to be real careful. I don't have any of my apps saved in my bat phone. My bat phone is my safety phone.
yeah,
That phone is where I play my Wordle,
yeah,
my connections,
yeah.
my whatever the other new one's called with little streaks. Also, is it just me or has the New York Times made connections so much harder?
I don't know. I gave up on that one. I wasn't smart enough for it.
It's not fun anymore. It used to be fun. Now it's like too ethereal. It's oh, these are all words that have the letter O in them. I'm like, that's not a connection.
Oh.
That's anyway. That's just my for anybody who works at the New York Times that's listening. You could fix that
Fix
for me.
it,
That'd be
people.
great.
Fix it. You're losing people.
So what's cool about all of this is though, you understanding what works for you and then setting up parameters to make you succeed. Ultimately, all we are trying to do is grow our net worth. That's ultimately the goal of all of this. So you can do all kinds of changes in spending and changes in patterns as long as the money you are making is going to making your net worth increase. And we do that in two ways by paying down liabilities, which is things like debt and credit cards and all those things, or buying assets. So that's like investing and purchasing residential or commercial real estate, the cash flows, all those things, or a combination of both. But ultimately, what we have to do is make that net worth go up every month. And so the big deal is you got to be tracking that net worth on top of everything else. So this is just a little snapshot, a little look at your patterns and your behaviors so that you can find more ways or more resources to make that net worth go up. That's all we're doing. So you're just getting curious about it. You're not getting judgmental about it. And you're sure as hell not going to say to your partner today, guess what? You're not spending any money today.
Oh, shoot. I'm not allowed to do that?
No, you did it anyway, so you're okay. But you, this isn't shooting on anybody. This is you taking self accountability for your own spending and being aware of your own patterns. You don't have to enroll anybody in this process. Just look at it for you. And then if you want to have a conversation with your partner about their spending, you just come at it from your perspective. You say, hey, I did this thing where I didn't spend money for 20 hours. Here's what I learned about myself. Here's some cool things that like I didn't realize that I want. And then if they want to engage, great. If they don't, great. So if, for example, you're trying to manipulate your partner by saying something like, hey, I didn't buy a coffee today, and here's what I noticed about myself. What do you think about that? You're trying to manipulate. And we don't want any manipulation because the best money ideas are the ones that come when somebody is ready to change or ready to make some kind of change. So all we're worried about in this challenge is you. That's all we're trying to worry about today. If
Mhm.
you go one day and you're like, actually, I'm going to keep doing this because I want to learn more, great, keep going. There's no point in this challenge where I'm going to make you spend money on anything. So you can keep going for as long as this challenge is if you want to. But most importantly, we want to hear what you learned about yourself. So you're going to leave us a voicemail, which you can do in the link in the show notes. You literally click it right from your phone.
Yep.
And then it takes you right to our voicemail, and you can be like, hey, Erin and Carrie, and you can mess up your voicemails, just so you know. Sometimes people are worried. You can
Yeah.
hang up and try again. You can just, it's okay. We love them all. The amount of times we mess up on things is so many times. So you're in good hands here with us. But it's going to be really cool to hear how you're doing with this challenge, what's working and what's not working, and what you're learning about yourself. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the point of all of this is to help you get the hell out of debt. So if you're joining our community, you can do that at getthehelloutofdebt.com. You just sign up. There's 3 ways to join. Scroll down, pick the way that you want to join us. One-time fee, $99 gets you lifetime access to all the course and all the teachings. And sadly, you're stuck with me for life. Option 2 is pay what you can. If $99 is out of reach, whatever you got, we take that and we help it to sponsor other people into the program. And option 3 is you ask for sponsorship. So today's a great day. If on no spend day, you've decided, I really want to join the Get the Hell Out of Debt community, but I feel bad that I don't have the $99 or whatever. Today's a great day to justify. Go on and sign up for sponsorship.
Mm.
No spend day. You're in the program, you're in the course, you're committed, you're signed up, and off we go. And if you are somebody who has committed a little bit or the $99, we use your money to help sponsor other people into the program in order to make sure financial literacy is accessible for all.
When you sign up for a sponsorship, when you request a sponsorship, you have to tell us a little bit about yourself, just a one sentence even. And you could add that it's no spend day. Put that in there and I'll see it. We'll see it. That's cool.
We can't wait to meet you. And most importantly, we can't wait to hear how this work is changing your life for the better.
Speaking of triggers, you know what I had to do? I had to log out of Amazon on my phone. And so now there's only one place where I can go and buy anything online. And it's not on my phone because that was a very dangerous place for me to do shopping.
Trigger finger is what you had.
I did. I had a trigger finger.